Alright guys, so previously I shared with you guys the basic guide for the new desert raids, and in this video I want to share a team for you guys to try out and use for the epic giant sand jelly worm that we have gotten. And this is going to be the one where it's going to not only be vulnerable to earth but also vulnerable to taunt, which is going to stun the actual worm, allowing you to do a lot more damage. But there's something else that is going to be taking place for this particular boss, and that is going to be this right over here, team limits. And it is going to be where healing HP shield capacity is going to be decreased by 95%. Alright, if you play support, healer, or a special cookie on your team. So that includes someone like Snapdragon, that includes someone like Cream Puff, that includes someone like Rockstar. And that's the reason why our team is going to consist of someone like burnt cheese, fettuccine, as well as macaron, mozzarella, and golden cheese. So our healer basically is going to be macaron, because macaron is able to heal as well as buff up the cookies with the attack and crit. And she is going to be a magic rather than a support or a healer. And on top of that, mozzarella again too is going to be really good, because unlike someone like Oyster, who is going to be a support, we have mozzarella, who is going to be a magic, who's increasing the earth type attack as well as crit damage for our team. So we have 4 earth now, and the healer slash support magic cookie right here. And then so we have our treasures is going to be Vial, as well as a scroll and the jelly watch, which is going to be almost exactly the same as the other ones as well, except if you don't have Vial, then the next one is going to be the whistle. But Vial is really good because the worm is going to one-shot golden cheese very early on, allowing you to revive, allowing you to get that extra double effectiveness from the vial. Alright guys, and let's go over the topping real quick. It's actually going to be a 5 swift chocolate here. I know some people can go 5 of the raspberry and or 3 of the raspberry, 2 juicy apple jelly, but I just like the cooldown because the faster you can use the taunt, the faster you're going to be able to stun the actual worm. So I do have 5 swift chocolate, focusing on damage resist as well as cooldown. Cooldown, I'll recommend it at least 16.3% above, and it's going to help you in using your skill a lot faster. Alright, and the next one is going to be our burnt cheese. Burnt cheese is using the same thing as before, 3 of the raspberry, 2 juicy apple jelly, around the 8% cooldown if possible, and then damage resist focus as well. But this time around, fettuccine is there as well to kind of help out with the tanking. And also if you don't have this, then 5 raspberry, or if your burnt cheese is dying, then you add some almonds in there as well. And then mozzarella 2 is using the same thing here, 3 raspberry, 2 of the juicy apple jelly. And we got macaron still using the same thing too, with the 5 swift chocolate, focusing on the cooldown and the damage resist. And last one is going to be our golden cheese as well, with 3 of the Syrian raspberry and 2 juicy apple jelly, and attack, crit, and cooldown. If you do need damage resist, then I will start adding almonds if needed, or some extra substat on the toppings. Alright, but here we go guys. This boss does have some unique abilities as well, and I will talk about that because it kind of gets triggered sometimes, it doesn't get triggered sometimes. So let me just show you guys in action first, and then you guys can see it in person. All right, let's go. All right, so in the beginning, everything is going to be exactly the same here guys, and you're just going to go and put everything on auto, use all the skill, and then allow golden cheese to use the skill, taking all the buff here. And in most cases, like you're gonna have golden cheese just die off right there, so auto is actually perfectly fine, unless again, if you have like an insane amount of cooldown, then it can kind of mess it up a little bit. But if that's not the case, then it's okay. You can see that the bar is getting filled up by fettuccine's taunt here. All right, and fettuccine is doing well in tanking here. All right, and you might see, so something that this worm has that you might see later on, we'll see if it triggers this time around. It might not trigger, so I might have to do this one more time for you guys. All right, but this is going to be very simple. It's a lot easier than the squid boss, for sure. And if the special move doesn't trigger for this particular boss, then it's a lot easier too. Like, you're gonna do a good chunk of damage. Of course, it's not gonna be as much as the other ones because you don't have cream puff, but you still have fettuccine who's able to taunt and stun the enemy as well. So there you guys go, burnt cheese, mozzarella, and golden cheese doing a good chunk of damage there. All right, let's do it again, and then let me try to trigger that special effect. All right, so here we go. It's another one. Just so auto on, 2.5 times on. I'm trying to trigger the special effect, but if your fettuccine is able to, I think, stun or taunt the enemy and fill that bar up quickly, I think you just might be able to not trigger the effect sometimes. But here we go. Let's just see how it goes. It usually triggers around the 50-second mark, 50 to 40-second mark is what I've experienced here. And if that happens, you're gonna see where your skills are not gonna be able to be used. Like you're just not gonna be able to use your skill at all because it's gonna go down and then it's going to do something. All right, but I don't know if it's gonna trigger this time around either. It seems like this one's also a pass for me. So let me go on to another battle. All right, to show you guys the actual special effect. All right, here we go. So hopefully this time around it will trigger the effect, but we'll have to see. Again, if you're able to stun the worm, sometimes it just doesn't trigger. All right, so we'll see if it happens or not. All right, guys, I don't think it's gonna happen. So let me go and try to find a one move here, guys, and then kind of show you guys it taking place here. All right, but this time around, I actually did quite a lot of damage, 158 million right there. So all right, guys, so if you guys look at the screen right now, you're gonna be able to see this is another run that I did, and you're gonna be able to see that this worm is gonna go down and it's gonna start like sucking your cookies into a hole. Like it's it bears itself and then it kind of makes a quicksand. And then during this time, the thing you want to do is, instead of 2.5, you change it to 0.5 and then start tapping on the escape. Because if you do it at 2.5 times speed, there's absolutely just no way for you to humanely tap fast enough for your cookies to, escape the death. So make sure to change it to 0.5 times speed and then, rapidly tap the escape. And then everything will be easy. It's really, really easy once you change it to that 0.5. That's just the only thing that you need to keep in mind. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the Epic team here. And if you guys do need some replacements, again, of course, they're not going to do as much damage as using golden cheese, but you can use tartatan here. If you don't have mozzarella too, you can go and put in tartatan to do some more damage. You, again, don't want to put any of your, support as well as someone like special and healer in here just because, it's just not beneficial for the team, right? So it's going to be better to stay away from them. And if you guys, don't have the vial, again, the whistle is going to be perfectly fine. But thank you guys for watching. Good luck with the raid, and I'll see you guys all on the next one.